Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm speaking with Jeremy and Colby of the Other Guys. They've got a whole bunch of new songs that have been sporadically coming out over the last couple months or so. I'm super excited to talk to them all about it. Jeremy, Colby, thank you so much for coming on today. How are you
Thank
doing?
you. We're doing great. Thank you.
You're very welcome. What part of the world are you guys in right now?
So we're both in California. I currently live in Turlock, California.
Okay, cool. What about you, Colby?
I'm in Folsom, California.
Nice. All right. I'm in Los Angeles. So we've got some California boys
Yeah.
talking about music here. Sweet. Well, let's just hop right into it. I've listened to all your guys' music, and it's all super diverse, but it's all got that same like driving passion in the back. And I really enjoyed what I heard, and I can't wait to hear more. Normally, I would start off talking about an individual song, but at this point, I kind of want to know, as a whole, what is your music about? What message are you trying to get across when people listen?
So the message in the lyrics, I would say, is more of anything personal that I go through. I'm married, so my wife is a big driving force for a lot of my lyrics, a lot of the feelings that I put into the songs. We have a song called Today, and that one kind of took a different approach because normally I'm not personal about songs. So I just kind of put my feelings at the time into a song, and it was about personal struggles, that I'm going through at the time. And then there's another song, Hero, that we have, and that one was a personal battle inside that I got out onto paper and put into song form, and that was about my father. So that one's a little bit different to me because he stepped in a big way in my life when I was a kid, and then we just kind of had a falling out. So yeah, just I guess the where I want to take this music and my music and what I want to show other people is it's a good therapeutic way of getting things off your chest, through the music. So
I fully agree. There's nothing more liberating than songwriting and getting those thoughts on a piece of paper.
yeah.
Now, how does it work between the both of you? Do you guys both, share the songwriting? Do you guys specialize in one thing or the other, or what's sort of the dynamics of the band?
We just we kind of just get together and we mesh.
Yeah,
We always have, ever since we met back in 2010. He's a fantastic drummer, always has been, and I happen to have this music that I write, and we linked up. As far as the songwriting, I've written all the material so far, but I mean, if he has something he wants to write about, then it's
sure.
it's a potential.
It's not
But
off limits at this point.
no, absolutely
Of
not.
course not.
No, we're just enjoying the process of making the music. So
Very cool. How long have you guys been at this for?
you want to start, Kobe?
well, yeah, I guess we started kind of in 2010 because I found out he plays guitar because he brought his guitar to my house, and I was like, oh, I play the drums, and then he started playing, and then one thing led to another, and then we played like a few like small little venues like at a mall in Bakersfield. I
Nice.
remember that. And we got like really good feedback from the crowd, and we were just doing it for fun. We weren't really too serious about it. And then it wasn't until probably a couple months we started getting serious. We're like, hey, we should really do this.
Yeah.
And then I saved all of his old songs, so we just, I guess, redid them and actually put them on tracks, and it all came out really good.
So, what
Uh,
was going on between 2010 and 2021?
A whole
quite
lot.
quite the gap.
yeah,
Yeah, a
I
whole lot of writer's block.
You know what? That's reasonable. Life is
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. So I took a break from music. I didn't want to per se. I just couldn't come up with any new material. Like as hard as I tried, I didn't have
Sure.
the drive,
Hmm.
or the feelings, I guess, to put onto paper. It was pretty hectic. I
Yeah.
was getting my wife through school, and she finished, and all of a sudden it just hit me again. So
There you
I
go.
would say I would say it came at a great time to get the passion back for it.
Right. So, when did you guys officially start picking this back up? It had to have been within the last year.
It was absolutely within about the
Yeah.
last 3 months. This one
Oh,
we
3 months. Okay, damn.
yeah. So
Was
so
there
all
like a risk, like, all right, this is it, like we're doing it,
yeah,
or was it like a
absolutely.
maybe should we?
No, it was hey, I think we should do this. He came over.
Okay.
He wanted to come hang out. He had the idea of getting an electric drum set just to mess around with at the house.
Yeah.
And I think actually that was what started getting me serious about it. And as soon as we got serious about it together, we just took off running.
Nice. Okay, so then what was the first song back, or what was the first completed piece?
Uh, which one was it? I want to say it was. I want to say it was "Hole in the Ocean."
Okay.
Our song "Hole in the Ocean" was our first song. That's one of our oldest songs we have. And he just always picked it up, and he still, he saved my music, like he said, and we just picked it up, and that was the first one I believe we did in that first set of 5 songs we did, or 4 songs we did in the recording studio.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so I think it was "Hole in the Ocean."
So, yeah, so I know that it's just you guys specifically making this music, but do you have any outside help in terms of other instrumentalists or even producers to help, kind of fine tune things at the end?
Uh, so we go to a recording studio here in Modesto, California. Um, Great people to work with. Yeah, so he actually will pick up the music and run with it. So the lead guitar that you hear
Nice.
in it is mostly him. Um, I would play the lead, but I can't play both at the same time. So
Cool.
it's kind of like that. But yeah, and he did a great job. In some of the songs, you'll hear his wife playing the keys. And one of the songs specifically was uh, our latest song that we put out was "When August Peaks." That's the song
Mhm.
name.
I
Sorry.
really like that one, but that's the one for me that stood out a bunch.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that one I really love the keys in it. So they help out, and they're not pushy about it at first.
Sure.
They're like, "Hey, is this something you would like us to do?" And I just tell them to run with it, because we're still in the process of picking up a lead guitarist for our band and a bassist.
Yeah.
So yeah, they helped out with the final production of the music as well. But we're kind of more leaning towards doing our own recording studio here in California ourselves,
There
and
you
we're
go.
going to start just releasing our own music as we get set up and rolling. So
That's the way to do it. I feel like it's obviously it's really nice to have that production space, but well, it gets pretty expensive to keep doing that, and you also have the knowledge of learning it yourself once you start learning how to produce.
absolutely, yeah.
So that's cool. So before we started recording, you had mentioned that you have all these songs that are coming, and that there's sort of an album on the way, but with very loose ends.
A lot
I'd
of loose
love,
ends.
yeah, I'd love for you to sort of break down what's in the process, what's in the works, and what you can say.
Yeah, so we have a total of 8 songs right now. 6 of them have been released.
Sure.
There were a lot of issues with our other song, "Growing Wisdom." It just I messed up the whole song in the studio. I guess the nerves got me.
Sure, sure.
So I don't want to release that one yet. And then I just finished another song about 2 nights ago that I'm gonna link up with him on, send it to him so he can start working on it himself. So we got another 2 coming, and our goal is to get this full album out, and we'll come up with a name for it. And then our goal is to ultimately just start doing live shows and taking our music out in the world in a live setting.
There you go. I mean, your music deserves to be played in a live setting.
Thank you.
So I want to look like hypothetically 6 months in the future. Let's say everything goes to plan. What are the next 6 months looking like for you guys?
You want Colby?
If everything takes off, I guess we'll be in a bus and going around the cities and playing.
That would be
That's
great.
that's my hope, and then we both can quit our jobs.
There you go.
Yeah, well,
That's the dream.
I would like to actually get more recorded. Maybe start working on another project together,
Sure.
and then hopefully pick up those bandmates that would be interested, I guess you would say, in joining a band. So
Definitely. Yeah, it's nothing better than expanding your sound and seeing what,
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
fresh eyes and ears can figure out for you. I want to talk a little bit about your guys' musical inspirations. Obviously, your music, it's pretty genre diverse. There's a lot going on in terms of sound and style. Who did you grow up listening to, and did that have any, really implications for the music that you're making today?
So my musical preferences are all over the board, anywhere from hip hop to I mean, I've been on a big country kick lately.
Sure, sure.
Um, I mean, it just goes on and on. Michael Bublé is one of my favorites. Um,
You kind of look
I
like him a little bit.
thank you,
I'm not even joking.
thank you.
It's a compliment, I promise.
I appreciate it. No, but our sound. A lot of people have asked me what I want to sound like, and I always tell them I don't want to sound like anybody. I just want to sound like us,
Sure.
and
I mean, that's the goal for
that's
anyone.
always the goal. And as far as the way that we sound, I think the music in itself, if you listen to it and you listen to every song, it's diverse. So it's a little different each song. It's not always, I mean, with the same song writing, of course, but as far as a certain sound we're going for, I don't think I ever imagined one. I think I just put it out on paper and came up with it, and I
Hmm.
never gave it a second thought of having a musical instrument or a
Yeah.
preference or something. So
Well, do you
um,
try to tailor the sound of your music to the context of the music? Like obviously, you're not going to play a heavy metal song and it be like a breakup. Well, maybe a breakup song, but maybe like a love song, something like that. But do you try to consciously pair the sound and the tone of the meaning together?
so what I'll do is I'll originally come up with something on the guitar,
Okay.
and then when I feel that plus the feeling that I'm feeling at the moment,
Hmm.
then I guess I would say that that is what drives towards a certain sound in the song or a certain
Okay.
feeling the song can give off. Yeah, so it all starts with the guitar.
Gotcha. And I'd love to hear from both of you for this question, but from start to finish in the entire process, from the introducing the idea of the song to the actually clicking publish button and everything in between, is there something that you look forward to the most during the entire process?
Uh, like I guess the completed uh, product. Like when me and Jeremy get to sit in the recording studio and listen to everything come together.
Hmm.
It's like I don't know, like I know we both smile when we're sitting next to each other and we're like listening to it. We're like, wow, this came really good. Like this is like really, really
Right.
good.
Yeah, and then
That
to
makes
me,
sense.
it's just being able to get the music out so people can hear it,
Yeah.
and regardless of whether it's good feedback or bad feedback, just the feedback that we get from the music, or I get from even family or friends that have listened to the songs. I think the feedback really helps us grow a little more in our music too. So
Totally.
I actually look forward to the feedback.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people can't take constructive criticism, but I feel that,
I love it.
especially when you're making a song and you've heard it 10,000 times
Yeah,
already, you need someone who's hearing it with fresh ears to be honest with you. But
yeah, exactly.
how do you know when a song is finished?
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I think when he tells me he has it down
Yeah.
100%, I already know it's going to be finished. So I'll think I finished it out. But when he's like, "I got this song," and he takes the lead, on the guitar or on the drums, I know once he tells me he has it down and we're good. That's when I know, okay, we're ready.
Yeah, that's it. Just like
That's
we've
that.
spent we've spent way too much time on this already. Like,
I trust him. I mean, over the 10 plus years I've known him, when he
sure.
tells me he has it down, I trust him. And I'm like, okay, this is going to sound great. Let's go get this in the system. Let's go get this done. So,
Awesome. There you go. Now, I touched on this a little bit, talking about your music being quite genre diverse and there just being a
mhm.
little bit of everything. But if you were pinned down and you had to slap a label on it, what would you classify your music as?
I don't know, because I kind of want to feel like we're a little alternative, but
Totally.
um, I mean, I guess if it was a label, alternative rock, maybe
Yeah, somewhere under the umbrella.
somewhere under that, I would imagine so. I don't think we're indie as much as alternative rock, but I
Gotcha.
would say alternative rock.
I think music is kind of just a little bit of everything these
It
days
kind of
due
just
to
goes everywhere. Yeah.
advancements in production and people
Mhm.
just blending everything. I mean, you want to hit all ends of the spectrum to kind of broaden your horizons on who you think is going to listen. So
Absolutely.
that's a big thing. Now, I want to set the music aside for just a moment. We are recording this at the last day of November, which means we're almost to the new year, which is absolutely crazy to even admit. But I want to talk about what are some goals, some personal goals that you guys have set for yourselves for this upcoming year.
Um, so personal goals for me would be actually taking this to the next level. So we already took it that first step when we decided we were going to do it. Um, and we already have both agreed we're both on board 100%. So
Nice.
we're going to ride it till the wheels fall off. And I'm hoping we can hit that next level and then hopefully, start some tours, maybe get under, some people's wings to where they can take us on tour with them if that's the goal. But something definitely in that area for me would be fantastic.
Nice.
That's
What
the
about you,
goal.
Colby?
Yeah, pretty much what Jeremy said, like going to the next level and touring and finally making it, and being able to play our music around the world. That'd be pretty
It's a
great.
dream. It's a dream.
Right.
All right, I've got a couple more questions for you guys, but because we're a music blog and we're always trying to put people on to what they should be listening to, I
Mhm.
want to know, are there any local bands that you can recommend that are also doing big things, or even just what's been on your playlist as of late?
Local bands, I honestly don't know of any because I'm not really in the big bar scene.
That's
And
cool.
around here, I guess like dive bars and things of that nature would have the local bands playing.
Sure, sure.
I mean, local bands, I wouldn't know honestly, but
No worries.
and I've been hearing things from the recording studio we go to telling me that there's live local bands everywhere, and I'm hoping to get out and see some, um, soon because I think that if I go out there, or both of you, Colby and I go out there, and see some live bands, maybe give us some inspiration on something.
Totally. And what are you guys listening to in your free time?
I listen to a lot of country right now.
Yeah,
Just I turn the radio on to Cat Country, and I just listen to the country station right now.
that's cool.
Like I said, some Michael Bublé plays in the house, and then so close to Christmas, my daughter loves Christmas music,
There you
so it's
go.
just
It's
it's
kind
just
of
all
that time of
Christmas.
the year.
Yeah.
Colby, what about you? What's on the playlist these days?
uh, our music.
That's awesome. You should be
Uh,
proud enough of your own music to listen to your own music.
yeah, because I like to listen to it over and over and over and over and find all the little things that I mess up on, so I can fix it or make it better.
Totally.
Because the first time I recorded, there's a couple songs that I just kept replaying and practicing. And then when we went back the second time and recorded, they both came out much better. The other one didn't come out good, but the other two did.
Nice.
But that's why I've been listening to. And then I took a break after we got our 6 songs, and then I usually listen to Rush,
Hell
uh,
yeah.
Boston. Uh, so because those drummers, I really like their styles.
Yeah. Oh, some of the best of all time. I don't blame you. Someone to look up to, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm pretty diverse in like what I listen to and practice. But
Very cool.
yeah.
All right. I've got one more question for you guys. Basically, the question is for those that are going to discover you guys from this, and for those that are going to listen to your music for the first time, what is an opening message that you'd like to say to them?
Just do what you love. You know, just if it's music, if it's sports, if it's anything, if it's drawing, if it's painting, you know, anything of that nature, just, you know, if it's a free time experience, if it's something you're pushing for to make it big with, just lay it out there and do it. I mean, because if you wait too long, you don't want the moment to pass you by when you could have done something with it. So I would say when you have the time, or if you don't have the time, make the time, and maybe take some time for yourself, and really lay it out there for somebody to see.
Beautiful. Great answer. Jeremy, Colby, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your busy lives to do this. It really does mean a lot. I personally cannot wait for the record to come out and kind of hear it all in one listen. But yeah, seriously, I want to thank you so much again for your time. It's been great.
I appreciate you for doing this. It was awesome.
You are very welcome. We'll definitely be speaking soon. If we don't speak soon, have a great new year and keep cranking out great music.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You have a great day.
You too. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye
Have a
bye.
good night. Bye.